I just had a long journaling session and meditation session, and I literally came to the realization that humans were born to be perceived, and that's so wrong in this life, that the reality that we live in as humans is for us to be perceived. This is horrible. And I was thinking about, like, with social media, we weren't built for all this. We weren't built to be perceived this much and be on social media and be perceived this much. This is why anxiety exists, because instead of us existing, we exist to be perceived. And if you think about it, your entire fucking life is based around being fucking perceived by people. This is why most people in their life, they're so fucking miserable. Because what they don't understand is that some people don't even live their own life. They're living their lives through what other people want them to be. Because your entire life, since the moment that you're born, is based around being perceived and being judged. And that is so fucked up. And I feel like, especially with social media, it has heightened that. As humans, we weren't meant to be fucking perceived by everybody. We weren't meant to be seen by every fucking body and be judged. And, like, this is a different type of level. This is why anxiety exists. We weren't meant to be seen. We know that's not normal. This is why people get fucking anxiety and depression from social media, because you weren't meant to be seen by that many fucking people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking crazy if you think about it. Like, I just feel like it's so fucking crazy how our entire lives are just based around judgment and what people think and everything about that. And it's crazy because when we grow up as kids, we don't have any issues. It is the world that brings us issues, because if you really see, racism isn't even real, because humans are humans. And if you think about it, racism isn't even real. Racism is something that is taught. Racism is something that doesn't even exist. It's a social construct. But you see, as humans, we think that we are these physical bodies. So you're like, oh, you're black, you're white, you're this. And it's all a fucking illusion. You know what I mean? These are all just bodies. We're not even our own fucking bodies. But you see how stupid it is? And I really, seen this video of this little boy, and he was 2 years old, and it was a white boy and a black baby boy, and they hugged each other and everything, and people were like, oh, and he's not even racist. What? Yeah, because racism is something that is taught. The natural frequency that newborns baby have is love, because that is the natural soul frequency that we all have. Once we are born, we are all born with a natural love frequency from our soul. It is slowly and slowly, as we are here on this planet, that shit gets tarnished and diminished, and then there's fucking trauma on top of it, right? So that's why people have spiritual awakenings. It's we connect back into that love, into that godly source loved. And this is why you see spiritual people, they have this glow and stuff, because really that same innocence that you had when you were born, it's you get that back when you have a spiritual awakening again, and when you connect to God's source energy, because that's really what all we are. We're souls. You know what I mean? You could say, oh, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm this, I'm this, I'm that. But really, you're a fucking soul. You know what I mean? And all these things are just fucking labels that people have put onto you. It's not real. It's all labels. And it's just if you really think about it, everything that humans argue about it could be easily resolved. But humans love conflict, right? And we live in a physical reality of chaos and darkness, and it's just like, if you think about it, everything that humans argue about is just fucking stupid. This human reality, it's fucking stupid. Like, me existing in this world is fucking stupid. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not afraid of death. And I'm not fucking afraid of death. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm not gonna kill myself because I'm not coming back here on this planet. You know what I mean? So I'm living day by day, and I am, accomplishing my soul mission. But to be honest with you, I really don't like being here. I really don't like being a human. I don't like existing as a human. And it's like not even no suicidal or depressive shit. I'm just talking from a soul perspective. This is my soul speaking, okay? Like, you know what I mean? This is most likely my last lifetime. I am not reincarnating as no fucking human. Being a human is like so fucking exhausting. And it's like, even like the beautiful moments in life, even the best moments in life are so fucking momentary, and it's like so fucking sad. When you realize that, and like maybe that's why, like, as humans, like, we always fucking distract ourselves with like fucking dumb shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like, even with the best pleasure of life, which is sex, like, how many people distract themselves with that? Even the things that make us feel good, it is all fucking momentary, because it's like, this body isn't even yours. This body is borrowed. Like, this body's a fucking vessel. Like, this body, like, it doesn't even fucking belong to you. And it's just like, when you think about all that fucking shit, it gets really fucking sad. And you just think about your fucking life, and you realize how momentary this shit is. And like, the mystery of life, like, you don't know when your time ends here. You know what I mean? Like, it's all a fucking mystery. You know what I mean? And you just have to live day by day without knowing. And I feel like, it is a beautiful thing. But it's just like, all in all, like, after your spiritual awakening, like, life is fucking boring. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe life is fun to those people who, are unawakened and they're unaware. They're literally like unaware people, sleep people, that like, they think that they're just a human, and like, they're like, oh yeah, like, I'm this person, and this is my life, and this is this, and like, they actually think that the body that they're in is them. Like, but this is the crazy part, like, the fact that people think that they're their own body, but you literally, like, you see yourself in first perspective, and you literally extend your hand out, and you could literally see your fucking fingers, and like, you literally see yourself like you're playing a fucking video game. And like, the fact that we cannot see ourselves unless we see ourselves in a fucking mirror, honey, that just shows that you're not this fucking body. And the fact that you don't even control this body, like, yes, you control it in ways, but like, what about your stomach? What about your heart, your lungs, your brain? Bitch, you don't control that. You're the fucking observer of the fucking body. You're the observer of the vehicle. This is a video game. This is a first person point of view video game. And you're living like this. You know what I mean? And it's just like, we have all these things in this world, and it's just like, dude, this is fucking wild. Like, being a human is crazy. And I know people who don't get what I mean, people who are not tapped in, they're not gonna understand even a word of what I'm saying right now. They just probably think, oh, this bitch is crazy. No, honey, I'm tapped in. You know what I mean? And like, this is why most of the time I live my life. What is it called? What is that fucking word called? And I live my life in nostalgia, because I miss being unawakened. I miss, not knowing so much about life and the fucking secrets of the universe, because shit gets dark and depressing. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. Like, there's just so many things and downloads that I get as I journal and I meditate. I just like sharing my insights. Anyways, peace.